Hey everybody, welcome back to World History. We're going to be doing section 1 of chapter 18, so we're starting the French Revolution today. Go ahead and get your notes out and let's get started. Alright, actually we're going to need to move my little bubble up here. So, starting off, we got to talk about the way France was before. France was divided into 3 social classes called estates, and this is known as the Ancien Regime, or the Old Order. This is broken up into those 3 estates. Your first estate being your clergy, which represents 1% of your population. They were pretty wealthy, had a lot of privilege, 10% of lands, and paid no taxes. Second estate being your nobility, which is 2% of the population. They got the top government jobs, they were in the army, the courts, and the church. They hated absolutism, and they also paid no taxes. Then you have the third estate, which is everybody else, which was the bourgeoisie, or the middle class, peasants, and urban workers. They had few rights, resented their privilege of the classes above them, and they all had to pay pretty heavy taxes, even though nobody else had to. So, there was a major economic crisis going on in France, and this added to the social unrest and tension. Causes of this included deficit spending, which meant they were spending more than they were bringing in, costly wars, bad harvests, which led to the cost of food increasing, and led to a lot of people starving. So, the king actually brought in a gentleman by the name of Jacques Necker, a financial expert, who suggested to tax the first and second estates. Yeah, he was dismissed because they were like, no, we're not paying taxes. So Louis is going to also call the Estates General, or the legislative body consisting of representatives of the 3 estates. Now, the Estates General was a bit of a mess. Each estate only had 1 vote. Actually, hold on. We're actually just going to move that down there. There we go. Sorry about that. The Estate General is going to each have 1 vote for each estate. Even though the third estate represented 98% of the population, they got 1 vote. A lot of them wrote out list of grievances that were written in cahiers or notebooks. They called for things like fairer taxes, freedom of the press, regular estates general meetings. Yeah, none of it's going to happen because the third estate's going to get outvoted every single time because they only get 1 vote. Now, eventually, they're going to decide to leave and go form and take the tennis court oath and form the National Assembly. They're eventually going to get locked out of their regular meeting place, and so they decide to meet on a tennis court until a new constitution is drafted. Now, there was a conflict on how to count votes, whether it would be by head or by class. So the third estate's going to create the National Assembly, which represents all the people, creates a constitution, and some clergy and nobility are going to join it. Royal troops are then going to gather around Paris, and a lot of people think Louis is going to dissolve the National Assembly by force. So this leads to the storming of the Bastille. On July 4th, 1789. Bastille was a fortress turned prison, and there was a demand of weapons and gunpowder from the fort. Troops are going to fire on the crowd, and a battle's going to ensue. And the crowd's going to break through, looking for this giant stockpile of weapons. That isn't there. The Bastille also was a symbol of abuse and tyranny to the French population. And today, the storming of the Bastille is celebrated as their National Independence Day, or Bastille Day. The French Revolution has begun. That is it for section 1. World history, your assignment is going to be the 3 estates booklet, which I will explain to you guys on paper, because it's a paper assignment. And honors world history, your assignment is the French Revolution recruitment poster. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.